Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I want to thank everyone out there for supporting the channel. If you guys do like the content, if you guys do like the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that bell button to get alerts and updates on all new content posted on the channel. For today's video, in response to a number of viewers on the channel, new viewers on the channel, wondering what's a good stock to jump into, starting off on the stock market, not a lot of experience. They want a stock that's typically a good dividend paying stock, but also has low volatility. I think the perfect stock is one as you see up on screen here. This is a stock I've done some prior videos on in the past as well. SPHD. This is an ETF, an Invesco ETF. If we scroll to the bottom, you can see that this is an S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility stock. Very good for new investors. This ETF is tracking a dividend yield weighted index comprising the 50 least volatile names chosen from a shortlist of the S&P 500 75 highest dividend yielding securities. If we take a look at its sector allocation, you can see a number of segments here dominate the portfolio holdings. Real estate at 21.76%, as well as utilities 21.57%. So about half of the holdings are from those two market segments that have very good dividend yields over the longer term, but also consumer staples, energy, information technology, consumer discretionary, industrials, and a few other market segments as well. If we go to holdings, you can see that these are dominated by real estate investment trusts, including HCP and Iron Mountain, IRM, one of the stocks I have in the portfolio, doing a lot of options trading with IRM, quite profitable, as well as some other companies here that you may or may not know, but are essentially quality, longer-term stocks that can be held in a buy and hold type of strategy. Ventus, First Energy, AES Corp, Southern Company, another quality real estate investment trust, Realty Income Corp. So very good holdings overall. If we go back to the graph here, take a look at the performance over the past 1 year. You can see a little bit of an up and down pattern here over the last 5 years. You can see very good growth, 74.29%. This does lag a little bit behind the overall S&P 500 index, just because this stock does not have a lot of holdings in growth stocks, like the FANG stocks, for example, that have been on absolute fire over the past 1 year. But I do think when the stock market does start turning into a bear market, those stocks should be hit quite hard. Take a look at the statistics in the middle. Very large fund, 2.63 billion market cap, and dividend yield, as you can see there on the last dividend payment, 4.273%. Very good, and that will change a bit from month to month, but typically around 3.5 to 4.5% for the dividend yield overall. The only drawback with this particular ETF is that the expense ratio is quite high, 0.3%. Typically, for example, good dividend ETFs, Vanguard, for example, VOO, you can see in the middle here, dividend yield 1.871, so not as good as SPHD, but this has an expense ratio of 0.04%. Likewise, another good Vanguard fund here, VYM, expense ratio of 0.04% as well. So this is a very large expense ratio of 0.3%. And for new investors on the channel, the expense ratio is something that will be automatically taken out of the company's net asset value or the stock's net asset value. You'll never see this directly. You'll never get a statement for fees, but it will impact the overall performance. Again, this graph here over the longer term, because that will have a basis for investors not to pay as much with regards to the net asset value. But a very good stock. I think a great stock for new investors. Again, just to recap, high dividend yielding securities underlie its portfolio. They're low volatility as well. The stock overall is very accessible, $41.10 currently, so less than $50 stock. And then, like I said, it's very rare to have an ETF with this good of diversification paying out on a monthly basis. So multi-dividend stocks, as well as a very good set of blue chip companies with high dividend yields that make up the stock. So this is one of my favorite stocks for new investors. This is one of the first stocks I bought in the portfolio with regards to exchange traded funds. There are other great ones as well. Vanguard typically has very good funds just because they are typically very large market cap. For example, VOO here is 93.58 billion. VYM, another very large stock, 21.15 billion, and very low expense ratios over the longer term. You will be hit a little bit with this 1.3%, but again, very accessible stock price, high dividend yielding securities, low volatility, securities as well, and it pays out with a monthly dividend payment. So just wanted to detail this stock to get this on some of your guys' radars. Again, I'm not a professional investor. Please don't take my advice as a decision to buy this stock. Do your research on SPHD. But in my opinion, this is one of the very good stocks new investors can jump into. Again, expense ratio is a drawback, but it has a lot of other properties that I think make this a very good stock to initially jump into. So let me know what you guys think about SPHD. Let me know if you know of any other stocks that are like this stock that may be better, especially with that expense ratio. Can't emphasize that enough. Over the longer term, that will take out a bit of your returns. But again, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions on this video, other videos, please let me know in the comment threads down below. If you guys have any stocks that you're currently taking a look at for dividend capture or for a shorter term swing trade, please let me know. Always looking for new stocks to research and read up on. Again, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, if you guys enjoy the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe.